All right, so this is kind of a hard video for me to do, and it's one that I think I'm probably going to get some criticism for, but I don't care. And so this needs to be a stern warning to President Trump and to all you Second Amendment nuts out there. And I'm going to qualify what I'm saying. So I got a text message from President Trump yesterday. And anybody who's on his email list or text message list gets some kind of, some kind of asking for a donation, whatever proposition he's got going on now to, have dinner with him or whatever to raise money. And look, I used to get those from, as unlikable as I thought John McCain was. I thought he was the only option. I thought, this is kind of a morbid thought, but I thought, maybe John McCain will die and Sarah Palin will step in his shoes. At least I think she'll try to do the right thing. But here's the warning, and here's what the Second Amendment proponents need to know. So yesterday I got this text from President Trump, and it said, "Are you with me? Are you against me? Donate something kind of like that." And I've been watching the news the last 2 weeks, and look, this is not a Democratic, this is not a Republican, this is not an independent issue. This issue is across the board. By the way, I'm an FFL holder. I have a firearms manufacturing license. And so when I say Second Amendment nuts, I'm going to qualify that in just a minute too. But a lot of people who are Second Amendment proponents end up acting like nutbags because they get so worked up. I mean, we have a president that has come out in the last couple of weeks and kind of waffled on what he said. He's been non-committal about it. He's been, he said, "I'd kind of like to see, I think we should take the guns first. I'd kind of like to see some, expanded background checks." He's been very non-committal like he has about other things. He is, by all means, a consummate professional when it comes to being a politician. But here's the warning to President Trump. And here's what I think he should take to heart. I've emailed back to the text. Actually, I hit stop yesterday. I'm like, until I get this issue resolved with Trump, I am not going to even look at the text anymore, because there are certain things that we cannot take a step back and look at. Our Constitution is there for a very specific reason. We can't take a step back on free speech. We can't take a step back on the freedom of religion. We can't take a step back on our right to protect ourselves and the right to defend our family. We cannot take a step back on those things. So President Trump, you are going to alienate a massive amount of your base. And I'm not talking just about conservatives. There's a lot of Democrats out there who are gun owners. They've come into my shop. We've gotten into discussions. They support the Second Amendment. They want to own their guns. They may be morally a little liberal on certain issues, which makes them a Democrat. But the truth of the matter is there's a lot of people out there that support the Second Amendment. And Trump, if you back up on the Second Amendment issues, if you do things which are going to prohibit people from being able to, and I'm talking about law-abiding citizens who are going to protect their family and say, "I'm going to shoot you if you come to my home." If you take a step back on that, you're going to alienate many, many people who will no longer vote for you. And that's a shame, because I don't see any other alternative out there running for president right now. I talk about nutbags. They're a bunch of nutbags. And here's how I want to address the Second Amendment nutbags. So, okay, there's some of those too. I'm on several private gun forums or several private pro-Second Amendment forums where everyone is having their discussions about the red flag laws, which in my opinion are absolutely an infringement on our Second Amendment rights. Anything that prohibits due process, guilty until proven innocent, make a person go through the expense of having to go to get their things back. We already have a process that works. I'll share some more on this in another video, but here's what you Second Amendment nutbags need to be considering. These forums that you're on, where you're cutting each other's throats, you're acting like crabs in a bucket. Somebody wants to get out and help, and somebody else pulls them back down because they're mad at them. We're probably not going to all agree on every single detail of how the resistance to this needs to be handled. But the last thing that needs to happen right now is somebody getting out there acting like they are a nut in front of the public or in front of the cameras or in front of the media. Cooler heads will prevail. The law will ultimately prevail, even if it means long-term in this country we have something like a civil war. God forbid we have that. The cooler heads and the law will prevail. Our Constitution will prevail. So if you're one of those people that's like a crab in a bucket, you're so mad that you can't even see straight, you've got to get calm. You've got to work together. You've got to find the common ground on the Second Amendment and realize there's a lot of people that are not going to act like an idiot in front of social media or put things out there that are going to jeopardize their right to have guns in their house with their children. That's the direction we're headed if we continue going down this road. Now, if President Trump will put the brakes on and come out and be committal and say, look, you know, I was really kind of waiting to see what the what the liberals would do. I'm trying to flush out those who are anti-Second Amendment. I'm trying to flush out those who are going to be, anti-constitutional. Then I can get that. I can roll with that. But what I can't do and cannot condone is his waffling on anything related to our Constitution. In fact, I think we should probably prop up the Constitution and more define things that are in favor of the Second Amendment. Anyway, that's my video this morning. Trump, I think you are going to alienate millions of people if you don't get committal and get committed and reaffirm our Constitution and reaffirm not just the Second Amendment. These red flag laws smear the borders of several of our core foundations of our Constitution. Anyway, that's it for this morning. Feel free to share. And Trump, I hit stop. I'm not getting any more of your text. When I hear you coming out reaffirming the foundations of this country and not waffling on it, then I'll be more supportive. Until then, I'm waiting. America is waiting. We are all waiting to see how committed you are going to be to our Constitution, our people, our rights. Yes, I'm driving and talking. Should I be doing that? Probably not. Listen, y'all have a great day, and I'm done. Actually, I don't know how to end this. I've never done a live YouTube before on my phone.